You can have a Mercedes-Benz or a Honda Civic. As long as you get to the journey and get to what you need to do, that's all that matters. So with me saying that, you can be this famous medium, or you can be this card reader, just pulling some cards. But as long as you get the message and you can relay that to the people, to your clients, that's all that matters. Don't let anyone tell you different. So this is an introduction to Tarot 101. You are going to be learning about the major arcanas and the 78 cards of tarot. So I'm just going to go through each one. I can give a few examples, and I'd love for you guys to like and share if this video does help you guys in any way. So I'm a master number 22, and it's basically being a teacher. So with me helping you, I'm helping myself step into, the energy of what I am supposed to do in this lifetime. So I am just so thrilled to begin this journey with you. And if you have any questions, don't be shy, put them down below, and I'd love to answer them. Maybe even do another video on it. So the first card that we should get into is the Fool card. It is the beginning. Now the Fool card doesn't have a number. It is 0, because when you think of, birth or anything, it's a baby. It's got like the childlike energy, right? And it has a sense of innocence. And so with the Fool, you can think of like a Gemini. And actually, funny enough, with each card they do have a zodiac sign. Well, not all of the major arcanas, but most of them do have a zodiac sign. And with the Fool, it has the zodiac sign of Gemini. So again, with Gemini, they have childlike energy, and they just kind of do their own thing, right? So with the Fool, they carry that same energy. So when you're reading tarot and that Fool card comes up, you might think, okay, this is a person who acts like a child in some cases. Or also, when we think of children, they don't really think of the consequences that will happen if they take some sort of decision. Now, in the original Rider-Waite deck, you see someone about to go on a journey. They have their little knapsack on a stick, and they're ready to just go off and not really watching where they're going. You see they're on a cliff, they're gonna fall off, right? Well, that's with children. Sometimes they don't pay attention and they just want to do their own thing. So when you're thinking about someone in the Fool card, that's the characteristics they would have, almost like childlike, a bit immature. But there is a positive side to that. This person could be wanting to go off and do something they've never done before, because they have that energy. They're ready. They're curious. And so that is good at times. So they could be doing that. Or also, this could be a situation that maybe isn't all the way thought through. It's something new. But also, with reading tarot, you have to go what you're feeling, and what spirit is putting into you. What are you feeling, right? So that is the first card, the Fool. Now moving on to number one is the Magician, right? The Magician card. So a few notes that I have, it's a form of manipulation by someone or a manipulating situation. This also could be someone that does magic. So with some of these cards, they can just be literally that, you know, like I said, a magician. They could, maybe their job is being a magician, you know. But in other cases, it could just be them being manipulative in a sense, or maybe, you know, if someone wanted to know, hey, is this person doing magic on me? This card could definitely pop up, right? So this card, I don't believe has any zodiac sign associated with it, but you know, with a magician, you would think a Scorpio, right? Because the Scorpio is a bit sneaky in a sense, mystical, and sneaky, not to be bad or anything, not to have it come off bad. I have quite a few Scorpio placements, so I get it. But you know, they are a bit mysterious, right? So you can think of it that way. But that's for magician. And also, before I go on, I definitely want to do another video, or if you guys want to put it down in the comments, maybe a scenario type setup of certain cards. And I'd love for you guys to like do a practice. Like, I pulled this and the Magician and another card. I think this means X, Y, and Z. I definitely want to be able to help you guys put all these meanings together and let you get a little comfortable in how to read tarot. Because once you get the hang of it and really get those meanings embedded in your mind, it is so easy. Especially if you really, you know, tap into the gift that spirit gives you. And, you know, get in tune and get a relationship with your ancestors. But that's a whole nother video in itself. So we're going on to number 2, which is the High Priestess. So I feel like these are, with tarot, it goes, and it has a story, right? So, you know, first you were the Fool, you were going off and you were doing your own thing. You're, basically you want to embark in this mystical new world, this new dimension, and you become a magician, right? And then you, or, you know, if you're a male, and then you become a High Priestess if you're a female, right? So the High Priestess is also, she has this magical energy. If you're a female, this could even be you, because, you know, with being a tarot reader or doing magic in itself, you are a High Priestess, right? And it's also just someone that just knows something, right? So if you pull this card, for instance, do they think X, Y, and Z about me? And the High Priestess would come up because they automatically just know. And I also feel like with this card, the High Priestess, it's almost like a no answer too. Sometimes it could mean no, they don't want to go forward with a certain situation. But again, it's all in your feeling. Even though some of these meanings that I bring up, they have you may say they have this one particular meaning. If you were to pull a card or one of these cards and it means something totally different, go with your intuition, because 9 times out of 10, you're correct. I tell you, I've been reading for quite a while, and some cards that mean, you know, something can totally change. It all depends on the situation. So yeah, so with the High Priestess, yeah, it's basically just her knowing a situation, tapping into that third eye energy, right? The crown chakra energy. So moving on to card number 3. So number 3 is the Empress. Now the Empress really exemplifies feminine energy, all the females that you could think of in your life. So it could be a mother. So it could be a mother, it could be a sister, you know, a lover, a female lover, anyone that brings that feminine energy. And also this could be a woman that is pregnant, or in the case of a situation, this could be something new, right? A new great idea, or something that, you know, will be birthed, right? So that would be the Empress. So going on to number 4 is the Emperor. So again, you have that feminine, and now we have the male. So the Emperor is very masculine, and this could be, you know, a ruler of something, right? This can also be a boss in a workplace, or just a very dominant male, dominant partner. Oh, and for the zodiac sign, the Emperor would be the Aries, and we know the Aries is like the god of war. They're so manly, right? And this is definitely Aries energy with the Emperor. I also have it in my notes, the boss. So again, like this could be a boss at your job or something. So moving on to number 5 is the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is very, I like to think, conservative. It definitely goes by the rules. And this could also be an institution. This could be your school. This could be just a place of learning, right? And the zodiac sign for this is the Taurus. Number 6 is the Lover's card. Now, the zodiac sign for the Lover's card is Gemini, because the Lovers is 2 people. Yeah, and I'd like to say when this comes up, this card comes up, I feel like this is like a divine connection, right? This is your spirit guides and your ancestors and all that spiritual energy coming down from above and putting you two or these people together. It's like divinely guided. That's what I like to think about when I look at the Lover's card. Also, this could just be a couple. This could be soulmate energies coming together. And also, it doesn't always have to be a romantic thing. This could just be, again, it could be divinely guided, but it could be for like a partnership, right? Or it could even be a situation, maybe a business coming together. However you read it. So going on to number 7, the Chariot. The Chariot is also for the zodiac sign Cancer. I don't know why. I feel like the moon would be more suited for Cancer, but it is what it is, right? So the Chariot, it talks about coming out of a bad situation, moving into positive. You're moving into positive things, positive situations. So I guess what I've heard is with the Cancer, they move out of, you know, bad situation and then keep going forward. I am a Cancer sun, but I would think for a card to exemplify you, you would want to talk about the emotions that we go through. But again, whatever. But yeah, the Cancer zodiac sign is for the Chariot. And also something cool that I heard as I've been learning is it can also talk about a car. So if it shows up for, it shows up in your reading, it could be a car, right? Interesting. So the next card is the Strength card. And the Strength card is something that the Leo sign rules over. And the Strength is literally that, having strength in the situation, strength coming in. And Leos do have that strength. They're the leaders, they're strong, right? So, you know, that is all for the Strength card. Moving along. So number 9 is the Hermit card, also the zodiac sign Virgo. All right, the Hermit talks about being secluded, staying inside in your shell like a hermit, right? But it also talks about spirituality. You know, sometimes you have to go within to be able to learn and grow, and you can't have certain distractions when you are growing, especially when you're growing spiritually. So this is such a great fit for the Hermit card. It's basically that, just getting that spiritual knowledge. Or if we're talking about everyday situations, sometimes if this card were to show up about a certain person, it would be that they want to step back from a certain situation, or you know, they just don't want to have anything to do with it. So that would be Hermit. The next card is the Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune is, for me, one of those tricky cards, but I've learned that it's just basically karma, and you could have good karma or you can have bad karma. Usually we tend to have good karma, right? So the Wheel of Fortune just talks about things are, you know, going to change in a certain situation, and more than likely they're gonna turn into a great situation, a better situation. And how you can tell that, you know, what situation it is you'd have to look on either side of that actual card, that Wheel of Fortune card, to really figure out what kind of situation it'll be and how it will change. So the next card is the Justice card, and the Justice is basically the legal system, or just getting what you want out of a situation. This also could talk about, you know, a lawyer, a police officer, really anyone in the legal system this could point to. The next card is the Hangman, and also wanted to backtrack with the Justice card. Is the zodiac sign for that is the Libra, because it does have the scales, and Libra is all about balance, all about fairness, and yeah. But moving forward is again the Hangman, and the zodiac sign for the Hangman is Pisces. Like Pisces, they just like to daydream all day, they just like to chill out. Right? And that's kind of what the Hangman is. They're just hanging there, chilling, not really moving, not really doing much of anything. But I think the cool part of this is that they are getting their spiritual enlightenment. So Pisces can be a bit of a daydreamer, but they also are very in tune and spiritual with the other side, which is really cool. So in a certain situation, again, it could be you wanting to hold back on a certain situation, or that situation not moving, or that person not wanting to move forward with something. but it can also mean a bit of a spiritual enlightenment, something popping up for a person or a situation. So, moving on. Next card is the Death card. And the ruler of this, as far as zodiac signs, is the Scorpio. Very dark and to themselves. But yes, they are the ruler of the Death card. Now, this freaks a lot of people out. It is, not the greatest card to see. But again, it depends on your situation. And it doesn't always talk about literal death. It can, but it doesn't. And if you are really in tune and listen to what you're feeling and what you're hearing from spirit, you will know if it's death. But really, the Death card is about transformation, situation changing. It's also, compared to the Wheel of Fortune card, compared to the Chariot. Different ways of saying that a situation is changing. This is just something old, that's of no use anymore, dying, and something new will come out of it. So that is the Death card. So when it comes up, don't freak out. It's not always death. And for me, I'd like to do a lot of clarifiers, especially if, the situation is kind of like, a bit daunting and, what's going on with this. Pull a clarifying card. That just means pull an extra card. Ask Spirit, can you clarify? Can you tell me a little bit more? And you'd pull that extra card and I'll explain it. So, nothing to freak out about. Moving on to the next card is the Temperance card. Now, the Temperance is a card about balance. And for me also, it's when this card comes up, I like to think of spirits coming, your spirit guides, your ancestors, spirit coming in and putting a soft touch on you and saying everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to work in divine timing. So things may move a little slower, but they're moving, and to have patience, have that balance. Things will level out in due time. So the next card is the Devil card, another scary, spooky card, but really nothing that you should worry about. Now, the zodiac sign for the Devil card is Capricorn, right? Capricorns, they love money, right? So this would be the perfect card for them. They love money. And the Devil card talks about material things, materialistic things that us humans love money. And it also talks about sex. So this could be a sexual relationship. This can also be a relationship that has a bit of toxicness to it. In the Rider-Waite card, people are chained together. So this could mean a toxic relationship that you or another person could be in. This could also just be a toxic connection with maybe a job or just a situation. However you read it, whatever the question is, you will understand it. So be wary of that card. The next card is the Tower card. We're getting really into the more spooky cards, but such as life, things have to end. You have to have that experience, and it happens. So the Tower card just talks about unexpected things happening and ending. So some examples for the Tower card could mean a car accident. It could mean your house burning. It could mean getting fired or evicted. These are sudden things that, just catch you off guard and sometimes aren't for the best. But this is life, right? So the Tower, when it comes up, it is daunting, but that's why we have these cards. That's why we're able to talk to Spirit to get us through, and in most cases prevent us from going through the Tower, in most cases. So moving on to the Star card. The Star card, the zodiac sign for that is the Aquarius, the water bearer. It's an air sign. And the Star card is basically a dream that you have and you want to go forward with. It's just a dream. This is, a dream, your manifestation, something that you're passionate about. Moving on is the Moon. So Pisces is, now I did say Pisces does the Hangman, but they also have the Moon. And the Moon is about illusions. And again, Pisces, they have their, they like to daydream. And they also, I guess they get so wrapped up in their daydreaming that they use that as how they go about in the world. So they have their illusions. The Moon card talks about having fear, anxiety about a situation, and the Moon card can also talk about a mother, so about your mother figure, feminine energy. This could also talk about pregnancy, right? So that is for the Moon card. The next card is the Sun card. Now this is another card that Leo rules. Is the Sun. It's about having that light, having the sun illuminating you, or illuminating the certain situation that you're reading on. That is the Sun. And the Sun could also talk about an actual sun. It could talk about the father, because like the Moon card, and it rules over like the mother, and it talks about the mother. The Sun can talk about the father, and also Saturn energy. But again, yes, it just makes the situation a bit broader, brings it to light. The next card is the Judgment card. This talks about, a realization of things. So whatever you've done, this is the judgment. This is, I don't want to say your punishment, but this is the end result of it. So the Judgment card is basically the outcome, the decision being made. So the next card, and the last card, is the World card. The World is the end, or it could also talk about traveling the world, or maybe just traveling within your country, right? Like in the US or Europe or whatever, just traveling. But it's basically the end of a situation, the end of this video. So that is all for the major arcanas. Definitely, if you like this video, like and share, subscribe, hit the bell, because I am going to come back with all of the suits in the tarot deck. And again, if you want to do some practice, put down your cards below and we can get into it. Again, I am a Master 22 teacher, so I need to get into this habit of teaching, and I love it. I love it already. I'll be back.